Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my kit videos. Today we're going to look at my MTW and we're going to do a little upgrade on it. So we are just after Christmas, literally a day or two after Christmas, so I do appreciate that the content has slowed up a little bit lately. It normally tends to do that around December as I've got a fairly vibrant family life, but we are starting to get a few more parts coming through now, and I'm going to concentrate on a few tech videos, and I've still got some gameplay footage banked up as well. So let's crack on. Let's talk about the upgrades to the MTW, the impeccable MTW that doesn't need any upgrades. So I have done upgrades to it. I have done a PDI barrel in here. I think that was about it. PDI barrel, Amiga nub. Yeah, the Super Macron booking, which is in here. It fires absolute lasers. So this is more of a quality of life kind of upgrade. So what I've already done, I've already installed this. Oh, that was the other thing I did. I put the little purple wheel in it as well. But this one, this is a Magpul PTS extended mag release. I quite like that. The standard mag release is just a little noggin that you get, and this is the extended finger blaster. So that's quite a nice increase, quality of life upgrade. I keep saying increase, do apologise. But what I am finding though is I'm not tall, I'm quite small. Probably below average for the size of the average male. So what that means is when I run my stock, I only ever run it really about there. So I've just knocked the part off, which I've actually bought. So what that means is because I've only got little tiny arms, I'm not using this out as far as it needs to. So my hand, when I'm holding the rifle like this, I kind of want to be more like this. So I find myself kind of doing this quite often, or this, or I'll quite often hold it like this, and I find that holding it out at the angle kind of it gives me a bit of an ache along here. When I've been playing with it all day, I kind of feel it. You can see there, look, the kind of there's just, it's not a very natural holding position. When I'm kind of upright and shooting, it's kind of okay, but I just kind of, you can see that I'm pretty taut when I'm doing it. I just wish I was a bit more like that. So, how do we fix that on this particular kind of weapon? There's no motor in here for a start, so it's not like alignment is a thing and there's 4 screws or anything which is kind of zapping it to the gearbox. And it's also an MTW, so it uses kind of real steel parts. Well, there is a fix for this, and the fix comes in the shape of a Magpul MOE K2. You don't have to use Magpul. Any kind of AR grip will fit and work on these. This one just seems to be a fairly common one, which a lot of the guys on the Facebook groups and so on and so forth tend to use. Excuse me. The reason they tend to use it is not only is it cool, and you can say that you've got Magpul parts on your gun, and generally that tends to make you better than the people around you. It's slightly more vertical. So if I just kind of line the verts up here for you, you'll just see there, look, you can just see there's a bit of a tail bob there. This is a little bit more upright. So what we're going to do is we're going to install this. So there is a kind of a drilling guide that Wolverine do. I've followed that to the letter. I've actually gone 0.5 of a mil bigger, just because I can and I had space and I wanted to make it a little bit easier. And what I've also done, which they don't mention, is I've drilled the base plate as well. That's because they don't mention it, because they just do it for a generic AR rifle grip. And I had the MOE thing, which has this base plate for kind of keeping stuff in. So I actually really like on the stock one that you get this plate at the bottom. When I did my conversions on the G&Gs, I used to drill out the motor plate as well. So let's get started. Let's do this upgrade. So the first thing I'm going to do is just pull out this old plate. Excuse me. That is just kind of clipped in there. There's 2 side clips. I think what you're supposed to do is kind of pinch them and pull it out. You could probably just bend those outwards a little bit more if you wanted to. Pop that off there to the side. These are the new bits. And then because it's a Wolverine built weapon, which means it's American, it's a 3/16, 3/8. Is it 3/8? What is it? 3/16. So 3/16 Allen key, which goes into the bolt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this up. Hope you can see into there. Oh, there we go. Might just be able to see if I can get the angle right. Whoop. There we go, look, there's that bolt just hiding away at the bottom there. That's the 3/16. I'm going to just poke my nose into there. Pretty difficult to do this on camera. And we'll twist, there we go. Now, what I am going to do at this point is I'm just going to put this Allen key down because I've done something which I said I wouldn't do. And that's when you actually look at the new grip, there is a detent gap here. And from what I remember, there is a spring which fits on these as well. So rather than undoing it and letting it all prang out everywhere, I'm going to do it super slow, excuse me, and try and catch it and show it. I can't actually flip the gun over because there's a big kind of cabinet there and I've got a lot of space that way. So I'm just going to have to do it slowly and this way up and round and pray that I can catch it before it prangs off and goes into the ether. So this is absolutely terrifying because I've never done a grip change. I've only ever done kind of 2, maybe 3 grip changes on AEGs. Never anything on anything kind of remotely gas blowback, or I certainly wouldn't have wanted to. I wouldn't have wanted to have done this on my MTW. I'm doing it on my MTW. So this screw is taking forever to come out. It is getting looser. There we go. It's very loose now. So the instructions on the MOE do say don't reuse your old screw. I don't know whether that's like a firearms thing or something. There's the old screw. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to sit that down and pray that a spring doesn't fuck off into the ether. Trying to get my finger. Yeah, I can feel a spring. There's a spring there now. Oh yeah. Right. So what we'll do now, we'll just pull that back through. And then you can see there is a spring which sits into that gap. Now that's the original. And that's mine. And you can see my hole is a little bit smaller. That's a little bit terrifying, but because I've got this like this, I might just about get away with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently tip that up. Can't see anything else in there. And just flip this over now, because yeah, there is a detent in there which was being pushed upon. So that's cool. So what I'm going to do before I put this spring in, I'm going to test fit the new grip. So I'm just going to feed that line into there. And it's probably a good idea to do this just to make sure that it will all marry up, which it just about does. Yep. Okay, so that will fit, lines in quite happily. Good. I have been shitting myself about that all day. So what we'll do now is we will drop the spring back in. We will reinsert the line. Just guide it through. Fuck knows what's going to happen if I ever need to get it off. And then just eye that thing in. I hold it tight. Good. So what I haven't done is I haven't got the new bolt ready. So I could use the old bolt. There we go. Could use the old bolt. Not going to, because I want to use a shiny Magpul bolt. Because again, the more Magpul you have on your gun, apparently it makes you a significantly better airsofter. And I need all the bloody help I can get. So, yep, okay, we're going to do it. Oof, move that. Feed that back through. I like doing these this way around, just chuck it in. And then kind of just jiggle it about a bit. And then realise you fucked up on camera, and then just drop it in. And use your Allen key just to straight it in. There we go. Boink. Rim. Okay. Screw is in. Spring is in. Can hold that into there. Whoop. It will be worth it in the end. You don't necessarily have to do it perfect first time. It does help, but a little bit of fluke does go a bloody long way sometimes. I just kind of saw that tauten up a little bit. So spinning it whilst the line's there isn't the easiest. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of kick it up a little bit. Oh, that was nice. There we go. And then all I'm doing is I'm just re-spinning this 3/16 screw back in, making sure not to cross thread it. There we go. I can just feel it biting down now because it's where my thumb is, just here. There's a gap. I can just feel it starting to bite the skin. So that's good. So all in all, the drilling process was incredibly easy. The guide that Wolverine did is really, really simple. Basically, measure about 6.5 mil from the back corner and just drill a 9 mil hole. I've gone for about 9.5 mil because that was the kind of the closest drill bit size I had, and it's, as you can see, it's gone in absolutely fine. The stock one, the hole is bigger, but I imagine that they've just done, you know, what was big enough. And then we're just tightening now, just tightening to get that right. It was only finger tight, the stock one, so I'll only just finger tight the new one. And then, oh yeah, that's incredibly different. I like the support there, that's pretty cool. Yep, that's still pretty stock stiff. And that, I'm just shouldering up, that is a lot better. That's incredibly nice. Right, so quality of life. The MOE base plate, it did say MOE across here because I like to be a tart and show that I'm spending the big bucks, which wasn't actually too big. What I will do is I will put a bit of a link to where I bought this from, Brownells in the UK, shipped from America, and then I'll just clip that in. Boom! That is absolutely completed. Nice, easy upgrade. It's gone on with absolutely no problems at all. I'm really happy with that. Nice and smooth. It's flush in everywhere it needs to be. Doesn't look out of place. And hopefully I don't get as much wrist take. So if I just give you a bit more zoomed out version of that, that's pretty nice on there, isn't it? There we go. Happy days. Thank you very much, guys. That's it. I have upgraded my MTW. So just for comparative view as well, what I'll do is I'll just show that the line here, yeah, definite difference there. Just holding it, you can tell that there's a slight difference. I imagine next game day when I go out, it'll be a little bit of getting used to it, and then should be absolutely ripping it. Awesome stuff. Thank you very much, guys. If you've stuck with me this far, please do feel free to have a dig about on my channel. I've got quite a lot of videos on there. I've got a couple about MTWs, mostly about high cappers, and then a bit of gameplay as well. It all goes into the pot and all makes for an exciting life. Please do hit that like button. Please do drop me a comment if you've done this upgrade or you're thinking of doing this upgrade. I love talking about this kind of stuff as well. And as always, if you do feel generous, please do hit that sub button and join me on my YouTubing journey where I'm trying my hardest to get some weekly non-clickbaited content for you all. Thank you very much, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.